Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Let's check out what's on the bench. All right, so on the bench we have a relatively new Fender Precision bass made in Mexico. Actually, it's not brand new. A good friend of mine has owned this for a while. It's not mine, but he's been having issues with the input jack. So we are going to swap it out with a Pure Tone input jack. These basses are $1,099 here at my local Long & McQuaid in Prince Edward Island, Canada. If you want to buy them brand new. And for that price, Fender can't afford to put in a decent input jack. So we're going to change it. Here we go. All right, so sorry for that glare. I'm right underneath the pot light so I can get some good lighting here. We're going to take off these screws around the pickguard, and hopefully I can pull the pickguard up enough so that I can access this jack, because I really don't want to take all of the strings off or remove the neck. It's set up pretty nice, and these are new strings, so I don't want to mess them up. My buddy was pretty sure that I could just, pull up, get enough clearance off the pickguard to access this jack. So we're going to go that route. All right, screws are out. Got a slight angle change. I can't pull the whole pickguard out, but this is a pretty thin pickguard and it's pretty flexible. So if I just lift here just a bit, I can get this whole side up, and I can get enough clearance that I can pull this right out. So really just need a pair of flat butt end pliers. There's a washer here, so you're not going to really hit anything. Grab the nut, pinch it, turn, and that's it. You're good to go. Oops, see. These little magnetic tray dishes, they're awesome. So, we are just going to put a cloth down underneath here, just to avoid, solder drips or whatnot. And I'm going to grab a soldering iron, and we're going to pop this wire off. One thing Fender's not cheap on is their solder. Holy smokes, they use a lot. It's ridiculous. Jeepers, I'm going to have to get a stronger soldering iron just to melt through that. That is ridiculous. All right, let's wait. All right, we have the gun. I'll take it off. Unreal. Okay guys, I don't know what the heck type of solder Fender uses, but even this freaking gun won't take it off. So I got another soldering iron, and we're going to tag team this solder joint, see if we can melt it at least. Holy smokes, ridiculous. There we go. Starting. Man, oh man. Unbelievable. The heck, do they use like weld on this thing? It's like one soldering iron is not hot enough to melt this stuff. I can't do it with one iron. Unbelievable. What the heck is going on here? Buy a Fender, they said. It's better, they said. Well, Not when you want to change their cheap components, it's not. Unreal, guys. This is ridiculous. What kind of solder do they use in Mexico anyway? Definitely need 2 soldering irons to melt it. Alright, I'm just going to snip those wires. Look at the amount of solder on there. And that's after like 5 minutes of trying to melt it off. I've never seen that before. Like, holy smokes. That is crazy. I guess they do things different in Mexico. So here's a pure tone jack. So a pure tone jack has 2 tabs for the tip, which are up here, and 2 tabs in the middle here. I don't know if you can see that inside. 2 tabs for the sleeve, and it's easy to tell which is which. So the sleeve is your ground. So these small ones, right, are connected to this tab for the wire. So that's your ground. And then the 2 tall ones are underneath this first layer of kind of plastic. So, and that's where this wire connector is. So there's your live. So your white goes here and your black goes there. You don't have to like weld a chassis for an automobile when you install these jacks. Anyway, all right, we're going to remove this pickguard plastic and reinstall this jack and then give it a test. Okay, so there's, on these True Tones, there's like a nut on the bottom and one for the top. So you just install the nut on the bottom at whatever height that you want the jack to protrude out on the top, like depending on the thickness of your pickguard. So I just try to leave one thread on these flush mount styles where they mount directly to the pickguard, because if you really flush mount it to the nut, sometimes a right angle jack might not click in there, so you got to leave a little bit of space. So this, as it is right now, is not quite enough. So I'm just going to tighten up the nut underneath just to give me more shaft, I guess, on the top. Now I have just a little bit of the shaft sticking out over the nut, and that's perfect. So just going to snug that up, put the screws in, do a little sound check. All done. Let's plug it in. All right, here we go. Input jack's in, super nice and solid. With the, of course, you get 2 clicks with a pure tone jack. There you go. Bass works. Right on. So just keep in mind, if you want to unsolder made in Mexico Fender Precision bass, you're going to need a blowtorch and some kind of acetylene gas. And I know you guys are saying, and you guys watching this who don't know me are probably like, oh, you just don't like Fender. You're one of those budget guitar guys. I watched your channel, M-Musi and and all this stuff, and blah blah blah. And nope. Well, yes, I love the budget guitar stuff, and I love the Fender stuff. What I don't like is having to pay 3 times the amount of money for something that's pretty much the same. Here, let me show you what I mean. So this is the input jack. Look, the solder's still on there. I had to cut the wires because I couldn't melt through it with my soldering iron. So this is the input jack that was in here. Okay? And here is the input jack that I pulled out of a $109 M-Musi Stratocaster from Amazon. Can you see the difference? It's pretty much identical. $109 M-Musi Strat on Amazon, $1,099 Mexican Precision bass. That is the problem. That's why I don't like Fender. I have nothing against the Fender brand. I have nothing against the Fender name. I have nothing against their guitars. I love them. I'm a Tele guy. I love those guitars. It's just, their prices are absolutely ridiculous for what you're getting. And if anybody wants to keep paying those prices because of the name on a headstock, you go right ahead. But just so you know, you're getting the same crap that's an $109 Amazon budget guitar that guys like me use as a modding platform. We take these $1,099 guitar parts out of the budget stuff to put good stuff in. You know how they say proof is in the pudding? Well, proof is in the hands. It's the same jack, man. It's the same jack. Anyway, super nice bass. Just for the price, I think Fender could do better. Like a lot better. That's all. That's all. Anyway, you guys keep rocking. Thanks for watching. God bless.